Alright, quickie video. This is amusing. I'm having float issues with Griswold. And I think I'm having people issues with Griswold too. I let my dear heart drive him the other night. He'd been behaving fine, doing good. And he does. He had something funny with his Holly. Yeah, once in a while the choke will, dang it, I said the choke, I mean the float. Float will stick. And let me get so I can see. There we go. This being your vent tube, it's actually a good way to prime a dry carb. You fill that right full of fuel, but about the time that float sticks, this starts pouring fuel up and basically into your carburetor. And with this car, it shuts Griz down like you just turned off the ignition switch. So oddly enough, the other day, I was doing stuff and, oh, I remember now. Side squirrel we'll get to later. I had to run to over into the Verde and go pick up these kilns and that swing set and a couple other things from a lady. So I come back from where I was doing what I was doing and take this over, dump it off with her. She started it. She knows how to drive it. She can drive anything I got. But because the ignition switch has been broken, we've been doing the key start on it. If you'll notice, there's a big hole in there. You got to do a ghetto start on it. You take a screwdriver, you push the rack forward, and then you give it just a little bit more of a bump, and it engages the starter. So anyway, like I said, she goes out, she gets it fired up, it fires up forward, and it shuts off, and it coughs and sputters, and she thinks it's out of gas because I hadn't put, it's got that floaty old shitty Chevy gas gauge in it. Calls me, catches a ride home right quick, no big deal, not happy but not mad. Get home, go over there, I tried to start it. He'll fire and then he's dumping gas in the carb. Now, a really ghetto fix when you got a float stuck and you're in a bind is tapping on it up here. But if the float's sticking, there's a reason for it. But if you got to get it off the road, sometimes you can do that, get it going, right? So we drag it back here on tow strap. I drop it in the yard. I say, I ain't got time right now. I got other things. Got other things I need to do. Come out, and I'm working out here this morning, and I kind of need to move that trailer, and plow dog's out back. The wrecker's on the back side of the fence, and this is the only thing that's got a receiver in it that I can hook onto that little trailer and move it around. It's like, okay, we'll pop the float bowl off Griz, see what's up. I get in it, roll the key forward, and it's like, I was going to go ahead and come outside and start it because I got a little cheat on it for starting under the hood. But I slipped, and one of the only times I've ever reached in there, grabbed that rack, and with the screwdriver, first time stuck the screwdriver in, got the rack, pushed it forward to turn it on, and actually caught start. And he's fired right up, and he's been sitting here idling like this. And it's like, well, I'll be blessed. Does he just not like my lady? I don't know, but it was funny because, like I said, I didn't pump the gas, I didn't do nothing, I just keyed it. And oddly enough, I was watching, I think it was good old Uncle Tony's garage, and he was saying that once you got one of these carbs set up right, usually, if your tune's on good, shut it down when it's hot. When you jump back in it, you key it, and without ever touching the gas, and it should fire right up and sit there and idle. Usually I have to fire this thing up and fast idle it to keep it, running. Big girl taught me something today. Now, my underhood cheat, at some point I'd probably put a push button in here, but basically take this and ground it, or not ground it, but tap it on the battery, and it runs the starter. So if I got to be out here underneath the hood working on trying to get it to fire, if it's being a child with me, that's why that's there. I just been lazy and haven't wired in a proper bump button for it out here. But it's getting ready to undergo some more work. I think that heater box is all coming out of there. The heater core leaks anyway. It'll never have AC. I'll take the heater box out. That's a bunch of weight. A bunch more of that wiring. Let's see, get that heater box out of there. This thing got plastic, or yeah, she got steel in her fenders. They'll probably stay. But we're definitely getting ready to put her on a diet. Anyway, oddly enough, Griz either has a comedic side or does not like my lady. At least didn't like her that day. I don't know. It was funny. Anyway, I'm sure the deal with the float is not over. But right now it's running and I can use it for what I need it for. So we're going to shut this video down. Hope everybody has a great day. And to my lady, I don't know. Sorry.